Looking at this former NBA star sitting on the street like a homeless man might shock you, but Latrell Sprewell's story isn't just about rock bottom. It's about one of basketball's most talented and exciting players who lit up courts across America for over a decade. Born in Milwaukee in 1970, Sprewell worked his way up from community college basketball to become a household name. After playing at Three Rivers Community College and the University of Alabama, the Golden State Warriors saw something special and drafted him 24th overall in 1992. They weren't wrong. Sprewell, nicknamed Spree, burst onto the scene immediately, starting 69 games as a rookie and averaging over 15 points per game. His aggressive style and defensive intensity earned him a spot on the all-rookie second team. But Sprewell was just getting started. By 1994, he had reached elite status, earning both All-NBA First Team and All-Defensive Second Team honors. This wasn't just a player who could score. He was a complete two-way threat who could lock down opponents while putting up big numbers on offense. For 3 straight years from 1994 to 1997, he represented the Western Conference in the NBA All-Star Game, cementing his place among the league's best shooting guards. What made Sprewell special wasn't just his stats. It was his fearless attacking style that made fans jump out of their seats. He played with an intensity that few could match, driving to the basket with reckless abandon and never backing down from anyone. His nickname Spree perfectly captured his wild, unpredictable playing style that could take over games at any moment. Opposing teams feared facing him because they never knew what spectacular play he might produce next. However, even during his rise to stardom, warning signs appeared. In 1993, he got into a fight with teammate Byron Houston during practice. 2 years later, things escalated when he fought with teammate Jerome Kersey, then reportedly returned to practice with a 2x4. These incidents showed a pattern that would eventually explode in the most shocking way possible. The intensity that made him great on the court sometimes crossed dangerous lines off it. December 1st, 1997 changed everything. During a routine Warriors practice, coach P.J. Carlesimo told Sprewell to put more effort into his passes. Instead of listening, Sprewell snapped. He grabbed his coach by the throat and choked him for up to 10 seconds before teammates pulled him away. But the nightmare wasn't over. After showering and changing, Sprewell returned to the practice facility 20 minutes later and hit Carlesimo in the face before being stopped again. The aftermath was swift and brutal. The Warriors voided his contract, wiping out $23.7 million over 3 years. The NBA suspended him for an entire year, the longest non-drug suspension in league history at that time. In one moment of rage, Sprewell had destroyed what seemed like everything he'd built. The media portrayed him as a dangerous player who had crossed an unforgivable line. But this is where Sprewell's story takes an incredible turn. He and the Players' Union fought back, taking the case to arbitration. They argued that receiving punishment from both the team and the league for the same incident was unfair and not covered by existing agreements. They won a major victory. While the suspension was reduced to 68 games, the arbitrator ruled that the Warriors couldn't void his guaranteed contract. This decision became a landmark case in sports law, protecting players' guaranteed contracts for years to come and changing how teams could discipline their athletes. The legal victory opened the door for redemption. In February 1999, the New York Knicks took a massive gamble, trading for Sprewell despite his baggage. The move seemed crazy to many, but Sprewell declared himself a changed man and proved it on the court. During the shortened 1999 season, he became the heart of one of the most unlikely championship runs in NBA history. The 8th-seeded Knicks shocked the basketball world, becoming the first 8th seed ever to reach the NBA Finals. They knocked out the top-seeded Miami Heat in the first round, then defeated Atlanta and Indiana to reach the championship series. Sprewell was absolutely magnificent, playing with passion and purpose that reminded everyone why he was once an all-star. In the finals against San Antonio, he averaged 26 points per game, carrying his team with performances that were nothing short of spectacular. Though they lost the series, New York fans embraced him as their rebellious anti-hero, a player who matched their city's tough, never-give-up attitude. Sprewell's time in New York proved he could still be elite when focused. He earned another All-Star selection in 2001 and became one of the most popular players in franchise history. His fierce competitiveness and clutch performances in big games made him a perfect fit for the demanding New York market. Fans who had once questioned his character now cheered his every move, proving that winning could heal almost any wound. Even during his successful New York years, some problems continued. In 2002, he showed up to training camp with a broken hand, claiming he had slipped on his yacht. The team fined him a record $250,000 for not reporting the injury properly. He later sued a newspaper for suggesting he had broken his hand in a fight, but lost the case. These incidents showed that while he had become a better player, some personal issues remained. After 5 successful seasons with the Knicks, Sprewell joined the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2003. Teaming up with superstar Kevin Garnett and point guard Sam Cassell, they formed one of the league's most dangerous Big Three combinations. In 2004, this trio led Minnesota to their greatest season ever, reaching the Western Conference Finals for the first time in franchise history. Sprewell contributed over 16 points per game as the team's third option, proving he could still perform at the highest level, even in a reduced role. His veteran leadership and playoff experience were crucial in helping the young Timberwolves reach new heights. But then came the decision that would define the rest of his life. After that successful 2004 season, Minnesota offered Sprewell a 3-year, $21 million extension. Instead of accepting what many considered a fair deal for a 34-year-old player, Sprewell made a choice that shocked the sports world. He turned it down, calling it insulting and uttering the phrase that would follow him forever: "I have a family to feed." The irony was staggering. Sprewell was already set to make $14.6 million that upcoming season, yet he felt $21 million over 3 years wasn't enough. He and his agent believed desperate teams would offer more money as the season progressed. They completely misread the market and the situation. His agent publicly stated that Sprewell would not accept minimum salary offers or even mid-level exceptions worth $5 million. They were completely wrong. No team was willing to meet his demands, and his career ended not with injury or declining skills, but with his own miscalculation. The years that followed were devastating. The man who had earned nearly $100 million during his career watched it all disappear. His luxury yacht, nicknamed Milwaukee's Best, was repossessed in 2007 after he failed to make loan and insurance payments. He still owed about $1.3 million on the boat, which was later auctioned for just $856,000. Multiple homes went into foreclosure, including properties in Milwaukee and New York. By 2011, he owed Wisconsin $3.5 million in unpaid taxes, making him the state's #1 tax delinquent. Legal troubles followed the financial collapse. His long-term partner and mother of 4 of his children sued him for $200 million, claiming he had broken promises to support her and their children through college. Police investigated domestic violence allegations involving a young woman on his yacht, though no charges were filed. The man who had once been cheered by thousands was now making headlines for all the wrong reasons. The complete financial collapse seemed impossible for someone who had earned so much money. From voiding his first major contract in 1997 to rejecting $21 million in 2004, Sprewell had lost over $44 million through his own decisions. Adding the yacht, homes, and tax debts, the total losses approached $50 million. It was a stunning example of how poor choices could destroy even the greatest wealth. Yet even this story of dramatic fall has found its way toward redemption. In recent years, Sprewell has quietly returned to the game that made him famous. As of 2022, he works in community relations with the New York Knicks and appears as a media personality for Madison Square Garden. The same organization that once embraced him as their rebellious hero has welcomed him back, giving him a chance to share his knowledge and connect with new generations of fans. He appears at team events, provides commentary on games, and engages with the community in positive ways. His career statistics tell the story of a truly talented player. Over 13 NBA seasons, he averaged 18.3 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 4.0 assists per game. 4 All-Star selections, an All-NBA first-team honor, and key roles in 2 historic playoff runs show he was among the elite players of his generation. While his legacy will always be complicated, Sprewell's recent efforts show a man trying to rebuild not just his reputation, but his relationship with the sport and community that once meant everything to him.